I am thankful that today counseling is available at many levels. And I must say that today in Singapore, going to see a counselor is less of a stigma than it has ever been. Yeah, and so while there are certain aspects of counseling still appears to be corrective or disciplinary, unfortunately, especially with children or youth who are in school and they are asked to go and see a counselor, or even in tertiary, most tertiary institutions have a counseling or wellness center where they can go and see a counselor. And of course, and I know that they do. Yeah, but I think this aspect of going to see a counselor as corrective or disciplinary, I hope to see this association with being sent for counseling to be broken. I think this association should be broken. That is good for you to talk with someone. Yeah, somebody who can be objective, somebody who can help you, somebody who is there to help you go through your time of confusion or a difficult failure that you are facing, or a relationship breakup. These are life issues, that you can talk to someone safe. And I think this word safe is very important when it comes to seeking help. Because from my experience, from the time I was a youth leader, I spoke to different people and they said, oh, no use talking, because the moment I talk to someone, it becomes gossip. And then everybody in the group knows, and then I don't want to talk. So it's not just about talking to someone, and this sometimes is the negative experience that we get, or we disclose a very private thought or a private feeling or an experience or a struggle, and then the person laughs at you. What's wrong with you? How could you? I thought you're better than that. And then this is it puts off, because in social relationships or even in families, sometimes we offend each other without even realizing it, because we thought we are close and we can just say things bluntly, and we don't realize that it puts off that family member. And so if people think that talking to a counselor is going to trigger that negative experience that they had before, and this can be part of the reason why people don't want to, even consider talking to a counselor. So not so much that it won't be helpful, but I talked to someone before. I talked to my sister before, talked to my mother before, and this is what I get. If my mother and sister do this to me, why should a stranger, why should I talk to a stranger when people I know hurt me in return for disclosing my thoughts, my feelings, my fears, or my issue. So these are some of the hesitations I feel. And I know some of my clients have told me. But then when they do meet with a counselor who is safe, who is trained, who is professional, who is caring, and who identifies with their journey, their struggle, and where they come from, their family background, their culture, their faith, their religion, their gender, and you got only a trained person can identify those things and be respectful and not judgmental. And when people are aware that you want to look for a trained person, because a trained person will be safe, will be ethical, will be respectful, will practice a code of conduct that is different from talking to somebody in your gang or in your among your friends, or maybe even among your family members who say, "Hey, we got enough problems. Don't tell me your problems. Go and deal with your own problems." So I think this is the message I'd like to share for those who are looking for a counselor, because I have been helped tremendously by talking to a counselor, knowing that it is safe and it's a trained person.